What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. I'm going to be covering some VeChain news here, a little bit of Chainlink, and let's just jump right into some things here. Hopping over to CoinGecko. We're above 2 trillion market cap again. We dipped a little bit below, but now we're sitting over 2.1 trillion. It's nice to see. But if we look over to the right on that same little bar there, we see a nice little exciting surprise there. Bitcoin dominance continues to drop 46.5%, and Ethereum is now at 14.9%. This dominance has changed because of Ethereum's price run recently. In the last 7 days, up 17.5%. Ethereum just under $2,800. I still believe that's undervalued. Not financial advice, but I think Ethereum is going to 3K and beyond, especially with their EIP 1559 update coming in July, where it becomes deflationary. Ethereum is going to see a massive price increase as we get closer to that day. The top 10, things haven't changed too much, but Uniswap has creeped up. They're over $40 now. Last 7 days, a 24.2% run up. They have a V3 upgrade coming out soon, so that is why it is going up. Unfortunately, we see Doge. Don't mean to hate on Doge, I just don't get it. 31 cents. Chainlink $36 and VeChain is sitting under 20 cents, 19.2 cents to be exact. Okay, heading over to DeFi Pulse. Total value locked is $65 billion. The last 30 days, we are up almost 20 billion, and in the last week or so, we are up 7 billion. So people are locking up their money in Ethereum and lending and DeFi platforms and solutions. Maker at number 1, Compound at number 2, Aave at 3, and Uniswap at number 4. SushiSwap sitting at number 6. Gonna jump into some Chainlink news here. Binance SmartChain, this is a big announcement, has integrated Chainlink VRF live on the mainnet as the recommended Oracle solution for all Binance SmartChain coins. Developers needing a verifiable and tamper-proof source of on-chain randomness to build provably fair gaming dApps and dynamic NFTs. That is big. This is the reason why we saw Binance's coin jump so much. It is at $594 for a reason, guys. And just to head over to their Binance SmartChain scan.com, this is their daily transactions. Look at that. They're over 8 million transactions daily. We dipped a little bit recently, but they've seen enormous growth. And you can only imagine as more developers and more people start building on the Binance Smart Chain, the transactions are going to go higher, higher, and higher. And if we go over here and we look at the active Smart Chain addresses, they have over 1 million addresses. They've dipped a little bit, but you can see the exponential growth as time moves on. Again, if we see more people developing and building on the Binance Smart Chain, you can only assume that transactions and addresses are going to keep going up. So the fact that they just integrated Chainlink is massive for Chainlink. I think Chainlink is extremely undervalued. I don't see why it couldn't be $80 to $100, considering all of the integrations that they have currently. Again, not financial advice. Heading into the VeChain news. Okay, we have a lot of VeChain news here. We're going to start with VeChain stats. Looking at the VTHO burn yesterday, 52,000. Today at 44,000. Look at that. 3 days in a row of cracking 100,000 for clauses. I'd love to see it. I love seeing it over 6 figures. If we can keep it around that range, that'd be great. Look at this. The last 7-8 days there, the lowest was 83,000. The more transactions, the happier I get. I like checking the Xnode auction prices just to see what people are trying to do with them, get out of them, keep them. 14,888 for a strength Xnode, only 2 Mjolnirs, if that's how you say it. Not much has changed recently in the Xnode auctions. Let's take a look at the Xnode events. Had some destroyed. Nothing crazy. Expected a little bit more, but let's take a look at the charts and see how many are left officially. 3,177. We're going to be under 3,000 in 3 months. You heard it here. Under 3,000 Xnodes left in 3 months. We'll see if I'm right. Now, VeChain had an AMA I believe it was yesterday morning. I think it was yesterday morning. And I just want to cover some of the things that was mentioned here. So this guy said, Sonny, you said something in a prior interview that has been highly and often debated in the VeChain community. You made a reference to a million a day customer that some people interpreted as either one, there's a huge customer ready to deploy with POA 2.0, that's proof of authority, or two, it was just something that was lost in translation, and you were just referencing a general potential, a proof of authority 2.0 to handle a client that size. Can you clarify which one best fits your intention? Thank you. It's a great question. Sonny Liu goes on to say, Proof of Authority 2.0 is one of the critical elements to make million a day happen for sure. It is going to give VeChain Thor an edge on other public blockchain platforms in the race of mass adoption. Without going into technical details, Proof of Authority 2.0 introduces the block committee mechanism that not only improves network security, but further lifts the theoretical upper bound of the maximum throughput of VeChain Thor. Moreover, it provides block finality, an absolute guarantee on the safety of the public ledger. Safety, that's big. I'm actually referring to any valuable transactions on VeChain Thor, and even million per day is a very challenging target to reach considering 90% of total transaction volume on VeChain is smart contract executions, which usually represent use cases and applications. Please rest assured that we will not stop at the milestone to reach million per day, but continue to scale up. If you look into the current network capacity of VeChain, which can support 50 million per day, we will know that only the sky's the limit before we have to choose the solutions by voting to upgrade VeChain Thor networks. It could be very slow from 0 to 1, but it'll be much faster from 1 to 10 and 10 to 100 and so on and so on. So it sounds like when they're mentioning the million a day, they're saying that the upgrade of POA 2.0 was going to be able to handle that, handle a million a day eventually. So we're not there yet, but I think that what he's saying there, that if that was to happen, they can handle when this comes out, and that they're going to keep building and progressing till they hit that goal. So some people may not like that answer. For me, however, um, I don't mind the answer. Yes, it's a little disappointing that the million a day, it wasn't a client that some people were debating that it was, and some people really thought that that was going to happen. However, though, I think this is a good statement putting all that rumor and discussion to rest. U.S. partnerships are something we've not heard too much about in comparison to Asia and Asia Pacific. Are there any details you can share or industries that are currently adopting VeChain in the North America? Sonny Liu said, We started U.S. office in 2019, and we do have Jason Rockwood on the ground, working very hard for business developments. Although COVID-19 impacted the U.S. pretty badly, like many other countries, we didn't rest and wait. I believe Jason will give us a nice surprise soon. By the way, don't forget that we have great partners like Draper and Breyer in the U.S. to help us. I do like and miss the experiences of being a guest speaker at Draper University, and I hope I can travel again after the COVID-19 situation gets better. So again, they're putting the US stuff to rest. Yes, we don't have too much coming out of the USA, but if we think about the USA as a whole in the blockchain space right now, we are lacking. Like they are not keeping up with what's going on in the East. China, all those countries over there, Singapore, they're all adopting blockchain. They're all using it. The US really hasn't adopted anything. So the fact that we have an office here and we have Jason Rockwood, who's the GM of the Americas, I'm confident that he's going to have some news for us soon once this COVID situation gets better. I mean, if you think about it, there's been a lot of states that have still been on lockdown, so there's not too much they can do. Plus, they've had to pivot businesses from like whatever they were currently doing to mostly digital. So there was a lot going on. So I would wait and see before we have any more US FUD or doubt there. We got a little bit more clarity on the X node pool. I'm not a big fan of this answer. They haven't really come out with what's the benefits of holding an X node like I was hoping in this AMA. And for those who don't know about the AMA, it was on Reddit, the subreddit cryptocurrency, and this AMA was, if you were to look through it, you can see that it was specifically tailored to those that weren't aware of VeChain or those who are just becoming aware of cryptocurrency in general. This was a good AMA because it got a lot of exposure on the subreddit with over 2 million subscribers on the subreddit. However, people that are following the coin regularly and are up to date and aware of what's going on, They didn't get too much information out of this, but I will leave this guy's Twitter, VThor Vendetta, in the description so you guys can check out the highlights of this. And I'll also link the AMA in the description as well. And then one last thing, the China, talking about China here in VeChain. The question was, what actually is your connection to Chinese companies and government-wise? How does that impact VeChain? And the other question was, some companies are trying to implement their own blockchain equivalent of VeChain. What challenges do you see ahead for those companies which VeChain has already overcome and solved? And Sunny Lu goes on to say, actually, the whole world is looking into blockchain technology, along with other cutting edge technologies like Internet of Things, AI, and 5G. Like everywhere in the world, the Chinese government has put blockchain technology into a national level focus, and even blockchain was written into the last 5-year national plan. I'm thanking for that and considering so many real use cases VeChain has achieved in the past years. We do maintain quite good connections and interactions with governments, not only in China, but also San Marino, Italy, Luxembourg, Singapore. It is definitely bullish to what VeChain can do to scale up blockchain use cases with very positive support from governments. And especially, Chinese government has been really putting focus on the issues and challenges of people's life adapting to the critical changes like COVID-19. For example, food safety and sustainability with blockchain definitely can contribute, in VeChain as leading blockchain technology and solution provider definitely can contribute. VeChain actually is and will continue to be part of those topics. I just want to add one thing here. The carbon solution here. Carbon is going to be mentioned in China's next 5-year plan for the years 2021 through 2025. VeChain has a carbon solution already. They've teased about China's carbon implementation with VeChain, or the VeChain is teased that. So I'm going to assume here, again, no evidence behind it, but I'm going to assume that they're going to have some kind of carbon relationship, whether it be a carbon bank, a carbon solution, I'm not sure, but I believe that VeChain and China will have a carbon relationship to solve the carbon issue over there. VeChain came out with a Medium article saying the future of VeChain Thor, enterprise NFT ecosystem. And so they go on to say that recently the world has seen an unprecedented surge in public awareness of blockchain technology. The rise of NFTs have made mainstream headlines. There it is, I couldn't find it. Mainstream headlines such as digital artwork auctions for as much as $70 million, and they also included NFTs in the Oscars 2021 gift bag. So artists, celebrities, and producers are adopting NFTs in droves. NFTs are clearly trending for arts, culture, and collectibles, but they can be so much more. They have the potential to positively impact and touch on every aspect of our daily lives and unlock unprecedented and sustainable value for businesses, enterprises. This is where the enterprise NFT ecosystem comes into play. NFTs have become a class of highly tradable assets thanks to decentralized marketplaces. And NFT technology may fundamentally change the way we design products and engage users. They also go on to say that the use case for ENFTs is endless, and the adoption of proposals for it are no longer academic, but are happening right now in physical and virtual meeting rooms at this very moment. So now they're talking about what's needed here. And they're going to talk about the key factors that are going to make mass adoption happen or make the whole value of chain of NFT sustainable. The object linked to NFT has to be sufficient value such that the value generated from the value chain is well above the cost incurred. Example, the cost of using blockchain marketplaces. Then they also say the ownership represented by NFT has to be enforceable and NFT trading has to be fully facilitated. They need to make sure that the underlying blockchain provides sufficient security, scalability, and affordability, and also accessibility to the community. So VeChain, right? Look at this graphic here. We have the enterprises on the left. They use the NFT marketplace on the VeChain system. There's the VeChain token, a stablecoin, and the asset bridges between Ethereum, Polkadot, and Bitcoin, and it's all linked to DeFi. So they are setting up this system here for enterprises to upload or do whatever with NFTs onto the VeChain ecosystem. And I believe that is why they're doing POA 2.0 and why we had the vote for the reduction of VeTho gas fees as well. So not only is the VeChain blockchain more secure, it's also cheaper to use. And they also have major partnerships in place here. So what VeChain has cooking right now, I'm liking what I'm seeing, especially the DeFi on VeChain, considering that the fees are extremely low compared to Ethereum. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. Very, very exciting. And then they also announced a 1 million US dollar grant program for the VeChain NFT ecosystem, just pretty much outlining why you should join it, the benefits of using the VeChain ecosystem. And then they also threw in a little Xnode bonus here. You get a 50% additional bonus for being an Xnode holder when you applied for the grant. Pretty cool stuff. And then just to touch up lastly here, the V exchange or VeChain, however you say it, they're dubbing themselves as the Uniswap of VeChain. They're awaiting its last audit report. So VeChain is gonna go live soon. I'm gonna say within the next month. We're gonna be able to swap assets using VeChain or possibly VeTho, one or the other. And I'm excited. The future of VeChain is bright. Forget all the FUD, forget all the doubt, the haters, it's fine. We've seen a dramatic price increase from I think it was a penny at the beginning of the year to 19 cents now, reaching an all-time high of 28 cents. And I think we're still not even close to what VeChain is capable of. I truly see VeChain hitting $1, again, not financial advice, $1 to $1.50 near the peak of this bull run. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like what you see, if you like what I talked about, give me a thumbs up. Leave comments down in the comment. Let me know what you didn't like. I'll use the feedback. If you want me to dive into a coin, talk about whatever, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned till the next one. Peace out.